So we are the team Metalogic, and we gather around. Our idea is that we gather around the topic of healthcare, and we started thinking about what kind of things do we need in healthcare that can help people that doesn't really have any devices or things to protect them from harm, or to help doctors diagnose problems and such. And one idea that we came to think about was people who have sleeping disorders, like, for example, narcolepsy. That was our starting point, and from that point we started trying to identify what kind of factors are present for a person that has these kind of disorders. When you talk about narcolepsy, we have, which means that you fall asleep at inconvenient times. You can't really control it yourself, which can be a liability and potentially life-threatening in the wrong situations. So we found that if you're going to sleep, you usually shut your eyes, but that's not always the case. And you might even slump with your head or slump with your posture. So we thought that in these cases we need to know how a person is sitting or standing, and if they are closing or having their eyes open or closed. So in this case we combined a gyroscope, accelerometer, and eye tracking devices. For this we wanted to cross-reference all of this to find examples and situations where we can help this person get notified through either their or mainly their telephone through an application, when our sensors indicate that you might have fallen asleep. So, for example, on the bus, you don't want to miss your stop, but you fall asleep, and within seconds you can get notified after you have fallen asleep, or that something is wrong. So that's been the foundation, and yeah. So we are gonna showcase some things.
Yeah. So you take over. So yeah, we've been messing around with the Raspberry Pi. So I've been programming a gyroscope that. So yeah, we have 3 different axes, and if this value meets a number, then it sends out a message. Like if Simon has this sensor on his head, yeah, I just got it, and his phone then sends me a message that he's either falling asleep or getting epilepsy. Seizure. So we use the gyroscope built in the Raspberry Pi. Then message a broker, a Ubuntu server, that then sends a message to his relatives. Yeah.
So, as said as an example, we had for example, we have people who get seizures. So not only that we're thinking about people with sleeping disorders, we also want to catch people that have other kinds of, where you can use these sensors and these kinds of readings to determine whether a person is fine or not. For example, if you have epilepsy, you might have seizures, and potentially with this you can also detect that. So you can send out an alarm for people who have seizures, or anything that has with seizures or fainting to do. You can have low blood pressure, for example. So there are really a lot of applications in the medical area when it comes to when you have these kinds of effects. But we also thought that, for example, within if you're working within traffic, you maybe drive trucks, or you might want to be alert at night. So these are a way to see if, for example, you're falling asleep while you're driving, or potentially that we can monitor how a person is feeling, or how drowsy they are. So a way for companies to monitor all of their drivers so that they can be notified and then notify their drivers that maybe you should take a break before something happens. And our vision with all of this is also that we're going to be able to put these into a very portable format. For example, having glasses with built-in cameras, and also having the built-in gyroscopes and accelerometers, so that it's accessible to everyone, and that we can. I mean, glasses are a very natural thing, and a lot of people have them, and it's nothing weird to use. So, in a neutral but portable and comfortable format. So that's how we see it in the future. And that's about it.